Coming in at number 2 on our organizational value rankings, I don't think he's going to be number 2 for much longer, but he still is this year. It's Tim Stützle.
Tim Stützle, Timmy Superstar. I mean, Ross, we had this debate, you and I, who is the top most valuable player to this franchise, and I took the side of Tim Stützle. You took the side of Brady Tkachuk. Ultimately, in our organizational value rankings, we decided to go in this direction. But as you mentioned,
who wants it?
Yeah, that's a big reason why Brady is number 1 here, is his leadership and toughness. But the thing is, I think Timmy will eventually surpass Brady here. A lot of people on Twitter, you can pull up the poll now, Ross, if you want. They would argue that Timmy has already surpassed Brady. But I just think without Brady here and without what he brings to a locker room, this team, this franchise, the culture is nowhere near where it needs to be and where it is now. Like he's the face of this franchise. He's the captain. He signed long-term. Not that Timmy didn't sign long-term as well, but it's just without him here, I don't see the direction this team is going. Like, sure, you can put talented guys, but Brady brings a sense of purpose and direction, and he holds other people accountable, and he's just an all-around hockey guy. Like his brother, his dad, like they live and breathe hockey.
You gonna save that for when we talk about Brady Tkachuk next?
I'm just saying that's why. Yeah, good point. But I'm just saying that's why Brady is right now just barely ahead of Timmy. But yes, that is a good point. Maybe we should talk about the guy we're profiling.
78 games for the young superstar. Last season, had 39 goals. Too bad he couldn't get that 40 plateau in game 82 there against Buffalo.
Go to FanDuel and his 40 goal numbers. What's it at, Ross? Plus 450?
Yep. I'm sending
you. I feel pretty good about that one.
Me too. 51 assists. Good for 90 points on the dot. 54 penalty minutes. -3. And Pillsy, the crack research team pulled this one out. Since his 21st birthday on January 15th, he is 7th in scoring in the National Hockey League. The only players with more points than Tim Stützle in the second half of the season, 40 games was the sample size here. Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Leon Draisaitl, Matthew Tkachuk, David Pastrnak, and Mikko Rantanen. That's it. And none of those guys are 21 years old. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah, that's incredible by Tim Stützle. And the thing is, him transitioning to the center ice position from left wing was an absolute game changer. I always kind of thought that Timmy would be much better as a centerman than a winger, and that's been proven here. And being paired with Brady Tkachuk, no, I'm not going to talk more about Brady Tkachuk. I'm going to focus on Tim Stützle here, has just allowed Timmy to do what he does best, and that's honestly just showing off his pure skill and talent. Like when the puck is on this guy's stick, it's almost, I feel like every Sens fan leans closer to their TV or like leans closer in their seat at the CTC. Like he's just so dynamic. He's a superstar. Like that's why the nickname sticks. Even fans that aren't fans of the Ottawa Senators, they can respect Tim Stützle and his talent and his game. And the thing is, he's working on building that game even more. He's become a very good penalty killer. He's someone that provides an offensive threat when the Ottawa Senators are on the penalty kill. And the amount of commitment that this guy has, the discipline, like his workout regimen last offseason when he was in Greece doing all those crazy workouts, you saw the results. Like the difference in how he looked from last season to this season was huge. Like you could tell that he put the work in and that he's dedicated to his craft and becoming a bigger, better, stronger hockey player. And it showed out on the ice as well.
Let me take you back to the day before the draft, the tweet that started it all.
Yes.
Top right corner, more like Timmy Superstar, according to LOSP. This was the quote. He's going to put fans in seats, the skating, the stick handling. It's electrifying. I wouldn't say he's a perimeter player either, man. This guy's impressed me with his grit and ability to get into the dirty areas. But the quote here, some would say he's a perimeter player, but if you put this guy in the lineup, there's going to be more fans in the seats. It's as simple as that. I stand by those words. Now, 3 years later, Pilsy. This guy is a legit superstar in the league. He's only getting better. His drive and determination to win, his team-oriented goals, it's unreal that he went third overall. Now, knowing what we know now, hindsight 2020, but it is amazing that Tim Stützle is an Ottawa Senator and that he doesn't seem like he's going to be chasing, the fame of a big market or wanting to be there or there. He legitimately just has one goal, to be a winner. And his competitiveness has shone through. I don't know what he's going to do for an encore, but I also know I'm not going to miss it because when that guy's on TV, it's primetime viewing.
Yeah, absolutely. And as the team's number one center, like we're going to see a lot of him, even strength. We're going to see a lot of him on the power play. And like I mentioned, he's becoming to kill more penalties as well. He had nearly 100 penalty killing minutes as well. So, and then in the shootout, in overtime, like it's Timmy time all the time.
He even got a penalty shot goal last year against Detroit. And like, he just plays with a level of swagger. I don't know if okay, let's get crazy here.
Oh,
Tim Stützle is the most talented Ottawa Senator since. I guess Erik Karlsson's an easy. Most talented Senators forward since. Like prime Spezza?
Yeah, that's that. I was thinking Spezza, Hossa, those guys.
Yeah. I guess, Hossa hit 40 goals. Timmy can't say he's
Hall of Famer. Yeah.
I mean, and then Danny Heatley was talented, but in a different way. I mean, like electrifying talent. So I'm glad you went that way. Yeah, it's wild. And obviously Alfie was a fourth line grinder that just decided to be amazing at everything too. But he'd be more in the Claude Giroux style. Yes. I mean, just like guys who bring it with like the game we saw firsthand against New Jersey was like, to me, his coming out party at the end of that 21-22 season. 4 points, shorthanded goal on a breakaway, just the playmaking. He's got it all. He really does.
Yeah, I hate to be this guy, but there is one thing I'd like to see Timmy improve on.
Please.
If you're going to be a number one center in the NHL, you can't be fifth on your team in amount of faceoffs taken. And look, he's young. He only recently moved to the center position, but at 41.6% success rate on the faceoffs and only 486 faceoffs, we got to work on that. And now having a guy like Brady Tkachuk on your line that takes a lot of faceoffs and is more successful in the faceoff dot than Timmy.
Giroux. He was playing on a line with the two best centermen on the team that just happened to both be wingers.
And that's the thing. Like I don't want to. It's not Timmy's fault that those guys are on his wing and are better than him, but eventually that's got to be a thing where in the high leverage situations, taking faceoffs, I want it to be Timmy in that scenario. Not that, again, this is not a knock on Brady or Claude. It's just if you're going to have a number one center and someone else has to slide in and take the biggest draw of the game, that's not exactly a great look. So that is the one area I'll look at Tim Stützle and say, I hope he's been working on faceoffs. And hey, having a guy like Claude Giroux that has taken thousands upon thousands upon thousands of faceoffs in his NHL career is such a good person to have teach you the tips and tricks of the trade. And I think that just adds more value to Claude Giroux on his team.
Tim Stützle stays at number 2 on our organizational value rankings. He was number 3 right after he was drafted in 2020. Then he's been number 2 for the last 3 years straight. I would say the gap is razor thin between number 2 and number 1, but we're sticking with Timmy at number 2 on our organizational value rankings.